WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. The Webster County Sheriff remains in jail tonight in Lafayette County, but there are a lot of people with a lot of questions. How is he able to still be sheriff and get paid while he's behind bars? And why does the county now have to pay $75,000 to two people serving as sheriff? That's what everyone in Webster County seems to want to know. Our Jory Talley joins us in the studio now with some answers to some of those questions. Jory.
People may want answers, but as I found out today, they're hard to get from county leaders. Today, I reached out to the Board of Supervisors President, Pat Cummings, but had no luck. Why did the board approve Mitchell's request to withdraw his resignation? Do they think that it's their fault that the county now has to pay double for a sheriff? And where will they get the money? Those are the answers I wanted and never got in Webster County, so took a different route and got some of the answers from a circuit judge who knows Mississippi laws.
One sheriff is no longer resigning and another sheriff has been appointed. That's the latest wave of change to wash up in Webster County and will stay that way until Sheriff Tim Mitchell is removed from office.
Either by resigning or if there's a conviction, then the law removes them. But until then, everybody charged with a crime is presumed to be innocent of that crime, and you can't refuse to pay them just because they've been charged.
Once the Board of Supervisors approved withdrawing Mitchell's resignation, Fifth Circuit District Judges Judge Joey Loper and Judge George Mitchell Jr. stepped in to sign a ruling to appoint a new interim sheriff, stripping Mitchell of any powers.
What it does is it protects the judiciary to allow the judiciary to make sure that while all this is going on, there is somebody in place who is not subject to any litigation or possible criminal proceedings.
16th District Circuit Court Judge Jim Kitchens says there's a good reason for the law.
If a sheriff had a case pending against him, you wouldn't necessarily want that sheriff working with the jury and the grand jury while a case may be pending against them. And that's the provision in the law, and that's why that law was set up the way it was.
And it's been around for decades.
This particular law has been on the books since 1848, and the first case that I could find that dealt with it is from 1899. So it's been litigated before in this state.
So for now, the county will continue to pay two people for sheriff.
There's a provision in the law for the counties to recover any salaries they pay to any official who they've paid that they shouldn't have paid. So it's not just the sheriff, but any time you've got somebody doing something that they're not supposed to and they've paid money out.
Although people in Webster County have a lot to say about the situation, no one wanted to go on camera. But some of them said that they're disappointed and want answers from their supervisors about why they approved Mitchell's rescinded resignation letter.
All right, Jory in our studio with that story. The charges are piling up against a Lowndes County man after an alleged holiday crime spree. Lowndes County Sheriff Mike Arledge says 25-year-old Jacob Kahn is charged with stealing a Dodge truck before Christmas from Burns Dirt Construction. Additional charges in Lowndes County come from several fires and burglaries at P&R Scrap, and that was on December 30th and 31st. Now, early in the morning on New Year's Eve, Lowndes County deputies assisted Monroe County deputies in pursuing the stolen truck. Investigators say Kahn drove the truck across state lines into Alabama. He then ran into the woods and was eventually held by private citizens and captured by the Lamar County Sheriff's Department and U.S. Marshals. Kahn is facing 11 felony charges in Lowndes County alone. Among those, arson, burglary of a commercial building, and felony taking of a vehicle. Arledge says Kahn is also charged with running from deputies. Kahn has been moved to the Lowndes County Jail. Sheriff's deputies in Franklin County, Florida are warning people about this man. They believe he's from Mississippi. His name is Willie Greer, and the Sheriff's Department Facebook page says he's driving a 2009 blue Dodge Durango with a Winston County license plate. Greer is traveling with a woman, according to the Post. The couple has been asking for food and money using a false story. Witnesses say he's telling a story of his family being attacked by several men, robbed at gunpoint, and that they took his wallet. But investigators say this is a scam. If you have any information, you can contact the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. The number is 850-670-8500. Franklin County is in the Florida Panhandle, about 80 miles southwest of Tallahassee. Pontotoc police asking for your help tonight, finding two teenagers who have been missing for 5 days. 15-year-old Zoe Coleman and 16-year-old Hallie Spraggan were last seen around 1 o'clock Sunday morning in the Walmart parking lot in Pontotoc. This is an image of the girls taken from surveillance footage. According to police reports, they were last seen walking toward Highway 15, but there's no information on which direction they traveled from there. Coleman is approximately 5'7", weighing around 170 pounds. She has ties to the Attala, Choctaw County area. Spraggans is around 5'3" and weighs approximately 109 pounds. Authorities say she has ties to Pontotoc, Lee, and Monroe counties. Police are not sure if the two are still traveling together. If you have any information on Zoe Coleman and Hallie Spraggan, contact police. Time now to get a first look at our forecast on a rainy Thursday. Let's turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith.
Yes, more rain is out there. This is live here in downtown Louisville, Mississippi. Obviously, the rain, the clouds. We've got temperatures that range from the upper 40s, like Tupelo at 48 to 52 at GTR. And our numbers could actually rise a little bit this evening as a little surge of mild air comes on in with this moderate to heavy rain. It's really picking up out towards Grenada, Winona, Kosciuszko. It's going to overtake the area from southwest to northeast. And this is what I'm talking about. We may actually see temperatures rise into the mid-50s here tonight before we fall back into the 40s. Tomorrow, Andrea, on the backside of the system, breezes, but eventually some drier air for the weekend. More on that in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. The government shutdown is headed now into its second week, and a lot of people are starting to think about a local impact. One area that could feel the pinch if it becomes a long-term stalemate is education. Our Riley Livingston sat down with local leaders to find out how they're planning. She joins us in the studio with more on that. Riley.
Andrea, the holiday season is over, and for many families that means it's time to head back to school. But as the government shutdown drags on, some school districts are taking a look at the bottom line.
Everything is okay for the moment. However, looking forward, we have to really take into consideration the shutdown.
Even though many organizations have received their funding for this year, the thought of a prolonged shutdown has many concerned about the next budget.
It affects our Office of Federal Programs. It can affect our Food and Nutrition Department, and have us to think outside of the box at new funding measures for our schools.
We are a 100% title school district. Therefore, all of our funds for our students come from the federal government. So it will really affect us if it continues. Right now, we're fine, but long term, we may not be.
When looking towards the future, one thing is on everyone's minds.
The students, that's the number one priority for us.
Some students rely on our breakfast and lunch. Right now, our Food and Nutrition Department works well and has a very stable budget that will last us through the remainder of this year and probably half of next year. So I think when it comes to our lunches and breakfast, I think the district is in good shape.
But it's not just the kids feeling the impact.
At least 20 to 30% of our staff is funded through our Office of Federal Programs. We must use that money for programs, not only for personnel, but for programs, for interventions, for professional development, for travel. All those things would get shut down immediately if this continues.
No matter the outcome, Broadnax says he is already making plans.
As we prepare for next year's budget, we will look at, can this happen again next year? And if so, what measures will we take to be ready for any government shutdown?
So far, the current shutdown ranks as the fourth longest in U.S. history. The longest one came during Bill Clinton's presidency and lasted 21 days.
All right, Riley, thanks so much. It is an election year in Mississippi, and the race for governor is starting to take shape. This afternoon, Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves announcing that he is vying for the governor's seat. Reeves says he plans to kick off his campaign this spring after the legislative session. Mississippi's next governor will, of course, replace Governor Phil Bryant, who has served 2 terms. Attorney General Jim Hood, you may remember, announced last year that he would be running for governor. The last day to qualify for statewide and countywide races is March 1st. Primary elections for statewide and county offices will be held August the 6th. The general election is set for Tuesday, November the 5th. Finding out what's going on in the Parks Department in Lowndes County just got a little easier. We take a look when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. Information about recreation opportunities in Lowndes County is now just a mouse click away. The Lowndes County Department of Recreation launching a new website today. As of this morning, it already had about 400 hits. Recreation Director Roger Short says this new page is designed to be more user-friendly.
One of the most important things on the site is our online registration. Of course, with baseball and softball, which is a new program for us this year. We'll be playing it at Lake Lowndes. So we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity, if they would like to register online, that they can go to the website to register.
And you can get a look at the new website at loundesrecreation.com.
The rain has invaded Tupelo once again, and it's going to be a wet evening and a wet night, but we do have some brighter days and some warmer days ahead. Your full forecast is next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
We just can't shake the clouds or the rain. Now, most of this afternoon, it has been dry in Tupelo. That's our Alpha Insurance time lapse. But the rain, as we showed you going to break, is now moving back into town. And the rain is really encroaching upon our area from the southwest. Just a few of us still dry. Some heavier rain here. There's Grenada, Winona, Kosciuszko, a lot of rain there in Atala County, and it goes down to southwestern Winston. All of this is shifting back to the northeast, so the rain will gradually pick up in intensity later on, but just some lighter rain in Tupelo and Pontotoc, but still dry here in Boonville and Iuka. That will be changing later on tonight. So we have the rain now. It will be shifting through here tonight, and then we'll have this dry slot right there move on in for a good chunk of tomorrow. So we still may see some drizzle, some showers from time to time on Friday, but the rain chance is really going to be maximized tonight, a 100% chance of rain, just 40% tomorrow, dry Saturday and Sunday, some late day rain on Monday night, and then dry here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 5 out of the next 7 days should be dry, and that will allow things to improve around here. We've had 1 to 2+ inches of rain so far with this event, and we're still thinking maybe another third to an inch to inch and a half over the course of tonight. Still that flash flood watch for the southern counties of our area. Numerous flood warnings across the Twin States and the region because of all of that heavy rain. We do expect some of those rivers to get back into their banks as we go throughout the course of the weekend. Minor flooding now in some instances. Things will improve later on this weekend. Lots of cloud cover through Friday. Breezy winds will develop. It's not too windy now, but tomorrow winds from the southwest from about 10 to 20. Saturday, yes, there could be some morning fog, but overall it should be a mostly sunny type day for us. 59, 64 on Sunday. It is looking great to be outdoors. If you can actually get into your yard, because right now my backyard is like a swamp. It is very wet out there. 40s and low 50s now. Some of these numbers will be rising as we go throughout the course of the night. So let me show you that with Futurecast. Temperatures getting back into the 50s with this little surge of moisture. As we get into the latter part of the night, the showers start to wind on down by the time we get ready for the commute, and temperatures will start to fall as well. So most of our Friday will be in the 40s. Tonight we're in the 50s in many spots, but tomorrow mainly 40s, 30s. Saturday morning, yes, there could be a little bit of fog. A chilly start to the weekend, but hey, we'll take that with the sun Saturday and Sunday. There's those showers Monday evening, Monday night, and some drier and some pleasant weather for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
A few local football teams will be seeing some coaching changes come next season. More information coming up next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Tyler Trent, a 20-year-old Purdue University student, passed away Tuesday evening after a long battle with cancer. Trent, known as the Purdue superfan, became an inspiration to not only the Boilermaker football team, but to many around the nation. And throughout his battle with terminal rare bone cancer, Trent set out to accomplish one goal: to make a difference.
What am I doing to lift other people's up, and what am I doing to make sure I'm listening to other people's stories?
I think to myself, here I am, I'm, in my 50s, and I've never lived my life that has impacted people like Tyler has. And I think in my mind, that's a life well lived.
Well, it's easy to root for Tyler Trent. I mean, I don't care if you're a sports fan or not. People will start rooting for Tyler because of his story and what he was doing for the betterment of society. And what a powerful tool that is.
It just makes us feel so loved.
Words really are inadequate. I mean, the love that we feel from the community, and it really is, part of what helps us see our days through right now and so that love it's priceless.
I lost my dad about 3 years ago to leukemia, and so just it was pretty heartwarming to see the opportunities he got.
He definitely changed this campus, for sure, and I don't think anybody can really have any disrespect for that. Like, students everywhere are all reaching out to him and his family, and like we're all on the same page. Like, cancer sucks.
We'll certainly make sure he's not forgotten. No one will forget Tyler Trent. We want to make sure that there's at least one, if not more, tangible ways that he's remembered here on campus.
Our life is created to live eternally, and so that helps me to know that someday I will get to spend eternity with my child again.
Well, it seems some changes are in order for the high school football landscape. Vardaman head coach Larry Gann and Calhoun City head coach Perry Lyles have announced they are stepping away from their programs. Lyles, who took the Wildcats to the Class 2A state championship back in 2016, is retiring after 10 seasons coaching Calhoun City. He's set to be replaced by defensive coordinator Chad White. Gann, on the other hand, is on the search for a new job. After 12 combined years with the Rams, Gann's squad struggled this past season, finishing 3-5 for their division record in Division III 1A, and looking for that new job. The Bulldogs getting started with SEC play right now, playing Arkansas. You can catch that game on SEC Network. Mississippi State men don't get started with SEC play till the 8th on Tuesday. That's going to be at South Carolina at 8 p.m. The Ole Miss women also playing Missouri today and getting their SEC conference start. That game is at 7 p.m. on SEC Network Plus. And the Ole Miss men getting their start this weekend on Saturday against Vanderbilt. That game will be at 7:30. You can catch that on SEC Network, I believe, as well. We'll have highlights later coming up for you. That's going to be it for sports. Your last look at your forecast is coming up next.
All right, here's our Skycam Network. It's wet out there, Andrea. How about
everywhere.
That? It's wet everywhere. The rain's coming on in. Yuck. Tomorrow, yuck. That 54, most likely tonight, tomorrow morning. 40s for a good chunk of the day. Breezy winds, but forget about Friday. Just write it off.
Oh, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
I love you.
And even for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah.
5 out of the 7 looking pretty good.
I think Monday, most of the kids go back to school Monday and Tuesday, so it won't be too bad. But they're going back to school.
Must be nice to have a 3-week break.
It must be. We're old.
Yeah, we are.
Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.